Hey everyone, Mike here with Protein Hacks, and today I want to talk a little bit about how much protein you actually need per day to achieve your muscle building goals, and we're getting started right now. So, how much protein do you actually need to consistently build muscle throughout the day? Our muscles are primarily made out of protein. And through our daily activities and our training, our muscle tissue is constantly breaking down and rebuilding. And in order for that to work properly, we have to fuel ourselves with more protein. To make gains, our bodies need to synthesize more protein into muscle than we're breaking down in the process. So in other words, the same way that we gain weight by being in a calorific surplus, we want to be in a surplus with our protein intake as well. So we don't want to be burning more protein than we're consuming, because then we're not going to get optimal muscle gains towards our goals. Bottom line, if you want to build more muscle, you have to eat more protein. But what is the correct amount of protein you should be intaking, specifically you yourself, per day to achieve that goal? Even when you're just trying to lose weight but you're still working out, or maybe you just want to maintain a certain amount of muscle and kind of work on other stuff, it's important to keep your protein intake at a higher level. That way we're not losing any of the muscle we've already built. So to figure out how much you actually need, we're just gonna have to do a little bit of math, real simple stuff. But all you really need is your current weight or your goal weight, depending on what we'll discuss coming up, and maybe a calculator if you really want to dig in and get precise with it. But that's it. It's real simple stuff. So from the studies that have been performed on muscle growth and what we're talking about right now, the amount of protein we need to intake to build muscle, a minimum requirement of 0.7, studies have found 0.7 grams of protein per day minimum to build and sustain your muscle. It's going to be 0.7 grams per pound or 1.6 grams per kilogram. Now that's the minimum amount. These studies also vary when we want to discuss more about, the optimal amount. Not the minimum, but, the optimal, not necessarily the maximum, the best amount we need. And it varies because everyone's different. There's no one person is the same. It's all about, just kind of you working with it yourself, see where you're getting the best results. But to get a better idea, we're going to do 0.7 grams minimum and up to 1 gram per pound maximum. It's not really maximum, that's just what some studies found was the optimal amount. Other studies found 0.8 grams was optimal, but most people out there doing it are going to tell you it's going to be between 0.7 grams and 1 gram of protein per pound, which translates to 1.6 grams to 2.2 grams per kilogram. For myself personally, I usually lean towards the latter just because I tend to burn a lot of calories, and usually most days I'm over 3,000 calories burnt per day. So just to make sure I'm not, burning protein in the wrong spots, or, I'm under during the day, I usually lean towards about 1 gram per pound. And I weigh about 175 to 180 pounds. So I like to eat about that many grams of protein per day, just to be on the safe side for myself. And it's worked out perfect for me. So that's just for me, myself personally. If maybe you have a desk job or you're not as active during the day, but you still work out, just not getting as much, activity, which there's nothing wrong with that. Some people just, just from things we do in our lives, taking care of kids, maybe you have a job where you're on your feet all day. Some people just burn more calories and they're using more nutrients through the day. So if that's you and you're really active, then I'd probably lean towards the 1 gram per pound. If you're not getting as active, then you can probably go under this a little bit. And obviously the less you eat, the less calories it's going to translate to, and the less you're doing, that's kind of where you want to stay at, so you're not going to gain unwanted fat or anything like that. Another thing to be aware of is if you're just starting out on your weight loss journey in particular, if you're going from wanting to lose a good amount of weight, anywhere from maybe 20 to 40 pounds, even more, when you're doing that, you still want to build muscle at the same time, and your goal is to lose the weight through your strength training and then obviously your cardio, everything together. You want to build muscle as you do that. and you don't want to just, you know, lose all the fat. It's gonna be hard on your body just to lose that much weight, and you're gonna be doing it consistently. You still want to build muscle. That way, once you lose that body fat that you don't want, you're gonna have nice lean muscle underneath. And to achieve this and to figure out how much protein you need, you want to base this off of your lean mass or your goal weight. So you don't want to just, if say I was 220 pounds, and this, when I started, I mean, that's around where I was. I used to be heavier than that, but if I were trying to figure out how much protein I needed to build muscle while losing that weight, I would say if my target weight is, which my current weight is now, I weigh 220, I'm trying to get to 175, I would base this off of my goal weight. So I'm trying to eat as much protein as I need while I'm at my goal weight, not where my current weight is, because the amount you need is based off of your lean mass. So just keep that in mind, guys. If you're trying to lose weight and you're not at your goal weight yet, use that goal weight to determine how much protein you need. Another thing that we want to talk about here, which happens quite often, is when people hear they need to eat more protein, they just overdo it and they just think, wow, I need to eat everything in sight. Every kind of animal I see, I'm going to eat it. And they just overeat on protein. The issue with this is it may not do anything if you do it every once in a while and you just overload on protein, but your body's only going to utilize a certain amount of protein either way. So if you overload, you're just giving yourself extra calories, for number one. Number two, if you do this for a long period of time, it could lead to issues with your stomach and with your kidneys, which you definitely don't want. So just watch. It's better just to know, to get a good number and just work off that instead of just overdoing it or guessing and then, being low one day and high the other day. You really don't want to be just guessing like that, because it doesn't make sense. If you're training all the time, you want to have optimal results. You don't want to miss out on building muscle after a great workout because you didn't get enough protein that day, or you don't want to cause any problems with your body in the long run. So you definitely don't want to just be overeating on protein every day. So just get to know it's super simple, guys. The numbers are real easy. Even if you just go by the 1 gram per pound like myself, and even if you're trying to lose weight, you have to have some kind of goal weight in mind. And it's easy just to say 1 gram per pound. Real easy. There's no calculator needed in that scenario. On the other hand, don't forget to check out the previous video I made about the 6 signs that your body needs more protein, which is also an issue. Like we were just saying, you don't want to miss out on any of your muscle gains, especially if you've been training for a long time. You really don't want to miss out on that, or you really don't want to take away from your body and lose the wrong kind of weight, and you don't want to lose muscle especially. So definitely check out that video as well, guys. Figuring this out is going to be a huge tool towards your success. And even if you've been lifting weight for years and you've never tracked anything like this, you may find value in this. And I know a lot of guys actually who've lifted weights, from high school for football in particular, where they kind of just were taught, just lift and grind it out and just eat everything. And it really can open your eyes if you just understand a little bit about what your body needs and what the side effects are to overdoing it and what can happen if you're not getting enough. It's really something that can benefit you if you haven't looked into it yet. It's going to be a great tool towards your success. This is our health and our bodies we're talking about here, and you really want to take it seriously and optimize what you can do with yourself, and you'll be amazed what the body can do and what you can do mentally if you just educate yourself a little bit and put a little bit more effort towards it. And you'll really start getting excited when you see results, and you'll get more excited to learn more, and you can translate that into your workouts and your diet plan. Really gonna help you out, guys. If you're enjoying the videos, guys, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notifications, that way you can be informed whenever we have a new protein hack out. That's it for today. Thanks for checking out the video, and I'll catch you on the next Protein Hacks.